My sister looked me in the eye and said, "You can cry later. This day belongs to me," while stealing my wedding venue and date. But she had no idea who my fiancé really was, and the truth destroyed her entirely. "You don't mind rescheduling, right? It's just a small wedding. Mine's going to be a real event." That was the exact sentence my younger sister Talia said to me 3 weeks before my wedding after she stole my venue, my date, and the last bit of respect I had left for my family. My name is Nora Sinclair. I'm 35, a professor of visual arts at a small liberal arts college in Portland. I'm not flashy. I don't chase trends, and I certainly don't have thousands of followers hanging on my every filtered selfie. That's Talia's world. She's 28, a beauty and lifestyle influencer, whatever that really means these days. My parents adore her. Always have. I'm the quiet one. The one who chose stability over ambition. Their words, not mine. I got engaged last fall to Julian, an architectural designer I met at a guest lecture. He was kind, soft-spoken, and saw value in things others overlooked, like me. We fell in love over black coffee, sketchbooks, and long rainy walks along the Willamette River. When we decided to get married, I didn't want anything extravagant. I chose a local art gallery that hosts intimate weddings. It was the place Julian first told me he loved me. The gallery was small but meaningful. And we booked it over a year in advance for May 20th at 3 p.m. Everything was planned, the invites were sent, the florist, the caterer, even my dress, custom made by a former student. It was going to be our day. And then Talia called. She said she had big news and insisted we have a family dinner at our parents' house. I should have known something was off the moment I walked in and saw champagne already popped. Talia was glowing, practically bouncing in her seat. My parents beamed at her like she had just announced world peace. "I'm getting married," she squealed. "To Aiden. That's her boyfriend of 6 months, a flashy advertising exec with perfect teeth and a Porsche parks like it's a personality." "That's fast," I managed to say, trying to hide my confusion. "Oh, and guess what? We're getting married on May 20th. Isn't that crazy?" I froze. "What do you mean, the 20th? I asked slowly. "That's my wedding day." Talia giggled like I had told a joke. "I know, but you didn't copyright the date, Nora. Besides, you can reschedule, right? Your wedding's just small. Ours is going to be huge. We booked the Armitage Hotel. Aiden's uncle pulled strings to get us the ballroom. It was the only available date." My heart dropped. The Armitage was one of the most exclusive venues in the city. But more importantly, why my date? I looked at my parents. Surely they'd say something. Defend me. But my father just shrugged. "Maybe it's best if you adjust. Talia's wedding will have more guests, more press. It's better for the family." "Press?" My mom chimed in too. "Nora, don't be difficult. Your ceremony is more personal. You can move it to the next weekend. Everyone will understand." No. I didn't understand. I sat there blinking as my family essentially erased my wedding in real time. I stood up. "I'm not rescheduling. We planned this over a year ago." Talia's smile faded. "Don't be selfish." I felt like screaming. Instead, I just grabbed my bag and walked out the door, my mother calling after me, "Think about what's best for the family." That night, I told Julian everything. He didn't say much, just listened, held my hand, and said, "We'll figure this out." And I believed him. I wanted to believe him. But the very next morning, I received a phone call from the gallery coordinator. "Nora, I'm so sorry, but we've just been informed of a last-minute change. The gallery is no longer available on May 20th. My breath caught. "What? Why?" There was a pause. It was booked under Talia Sinclair's name. My sister had literally taken my venue. I dropped the phone. My hands were shaking. I felt like the world tilted sideways, and I was the only one falling. That was the moment I realized, this wasn't just a coincidence. Talia wasn't just taking my date. She was trying to erase me. But she had no idea who Julian really was, and what we were about to do next. I stood in the middle of our tiny kitchen, gripping the edge of the counter like it was the only thing keeping me upright. The words from the gallery coordinator still echoed in my ears. It was booked under Talia Sinclair's name. She hadn't just stolen my date. She had taken the exact venue Julian and I had poured our hearts into. The place where we first met. The place I envisioned walking down the aisle, surrounded by people who knew our story. And she took it like it was nothing. Julian walked in with 2 coffees but paused the moment he saw my face. I didn't have to say a word. "She took the gallery," I said, my voice barely a whisper. Julian set the cups down and crossed the room in 2 steps. "We'll find another place," he said gently. "No," I replied. "You don't get it. This wasn't about logistics. This was personal." She waited until everything was set. Then she made her move. I knew Talia. Her smile was sweet but hollow. And behind it lived a need to be the center of everything. She wasn't satisfied unless the spotlight burned bright and everyone else disappeared into shadow. And in our family, that spotlight was hers by birthright. When I told my parents about what had happened, their reaction was exactly what I expected. Well, maybe you should have finalized the deposit earlier, Dad said dismissively. I did. She outbid me. Mom didn't even pretend to be sorry. It's just a venue, Nora. It's not worth causing drama between sisters. Be the bigger person. The bigger person. Always me. Always the quiet one. The mature one. The one who bent so others could shine. Except this time, something in me snapped. I stopped answering Talia's texts. I blocked her on Instagram. And when she posted her dream venue reveal, with photos of the very room I once called my own, I deleted the wedding board I had been building for a year. I went to Julian and told him, I don't want to do this anymore. He looked up from his sketch pad. Do what? Pretend like everything's fine. Pretend like I can just smile through it while they erase me. Julian didn't say anything for a long time. He simply closed his sketch pad, stood up, and reached for his phone. Come with me, he said. We drove for almost an hour in silence. I didn't ask where we were going. I think part of me didn't care. I was so exhausted, mentally, emotionally, like my heart had been scooped out and left somewhere on the gallery floor.